Everyone knows Jackie Chan snaps bones like toothpicks and keeps grinning while the medics reset him. But the injury that still makes his pulse race happened long before the blooper reels, on a muggy Hong Kong morning in 1976, when a simple jump from a moving truck cracked his skull and left him bleeding on the roadside. The film was Hand of Death. The director was a rookie John Woo, and the stunt that should have launched Jackie's career almost ended it before we ever learned his name. Hong Kong action cinema in the mid-70s was the Wild West with neon signs. Studios cranked out 3 movies a month, budgets were shoestrings, and stuntmen were treated like crash test dummies. You could use. Jackie, 19 and still called Chan Kong Sang, was desperate to stand out. He'd sleep in the film vaults, practice backflips in the stairwells, and say yes to anything, especially if it meant doubling for the star. Hand of Death needed a showy escape shot, leap from the cab of a speeding truck, roll down a slope, sprint into the forest. No wires, no pads, one take. Jackie volunteered before the stunt coordinator finished the sentence. They ran the truck along a dirt service road above Sun Wan. First take, Jackie launched, tucked, rolled, popped up beaming. Wu wanted a cleaner silhouette, so Jackie, remember, he was paid maybe $30 for the day, shrugged. Let's go again. Second take, heel. Clipped the tailgate, head met asphalt. Eyewitnesses say the crack echoed off the valley walls. He lay still, blood pooling under the helmet the crew had borrowed from a cyclist that morning. Wu ran over shouting, thinking he just watched a kid die for a B-picture. Jackie drifted in and out, tasting iron, hearing chatter slow to underwater garble. They rushed him to a nearby missionary clinic. The doctor on duty was delivering twins next door, 30 minutes on a gurney with cerebral fluid leaking from his ear. When he finally got a CT scan equivalent, basically a torch in a dark room, they found a depressed fracture above the right temple. His skull had dented like a badminton shuttlecock. The prognosis, possible paralysis. Probable epilepsy, career over. He spent 2 weeks in that whitewashed ward scribbling stunt ideas on napkins because paper was rationed. Insurance? Non-existent. Compensation. A get-well fruit basket with 1 orange. The producer suggested recasting. Something snapped not in his skull, in his mindset. If the system treated stuntmen as disposable, he'd build a new system. Later that same year, Jackie funneled every dollar he had into forming his own stunt team, Sing Gaben, Jackie's stunt family. He bought second-hand mats, stitched padding into old motorcycle jackets, and most radical of all, paid salaries whether the guys were shooting or rehabbing. Studios balked at the cost. Rival stunt players called it soft. Then they saw the dailies. Hits looked harder because performers trusted each other. Soon every Hong Kong production wanted the team with the red Sing emblem on their helmets. Yes, insurers later blacklisted them for being too risky, but the template was set: stunt crews as valued collaborators, not nameless bodies. Jackie still carries a plastic plate under the scalp. He jokes airport security beeps for him before he reaches the metal detector. The injury forced him to rehearse like a maniac, mapping every footstep in 3 dimensions. Watch any Chan outtake reel and you'll spot the moment he checks spacing, angles, physics, survival homework born on that asphalt. Hand of Death flopped. Yet the near-death experience forged the safety versus spectacle philosophy that redefined action comedy worldwide. Without 1976's cracked skull, there is no 1985's police story pole slide, no 1996's rumble in the Bronx hover jump, and definitely no Oscar Lifetime Achievement tribute to the guy who proved pencils and pads beat brute luck every time. What Jackie Chan stunt leaves your jaw on the floor every single watch? Drop the scene in the comments, and if you know a fearless stunt worker, tag them so we can all say thanks. While you're typing, hit subscribe for more untold stories from the days when film sets doubled as emergency rooms. The stunt that almost killed Jackie Chan wasn't his most expensive or most spectacular. It was a basic jump botched by a split second and a lack of margin for error. It cost him a chunk of skull, but it gave him a cause. Treat stunt performers like artists, not ammo. 48 years later, every crash mat, every painstaking rehearsal, every roll cameras, let's do it for real, traces back to 1 gravelly road, 1 mistimed leap, and 1 teenager who refused to stay down.